Michael O'Loughlin, how are you, son?
G'day, guys. Great to be here.
That was a big fine for me. My phone rang.
Yeah, out you go.
Should not happen.
We've got Mickey O in here, one of our favourites, and you're out there answering your damn
I
phone.
thought it was on silent. Welcome to Adelaide.
Yeah, good to be back. Good
And
to
it
be
is
back.
a great book. Just before we get into the book, and we have flicked through it, it's fantastic, well put together. You went out to your old school today, did you?
Yeah, I went out to Paralowie High, and caught up with the students there. My little nephew goes there now, and he invited me down there to speak to his class, and we had a great turnout. Big Indigenous population down there, but not just Indigenous, non-Indigenous kids are in there as well. And I'd been back there. It's the first time I've been invited back there for 18 years. And
Wow.
saw one of the teachers. He's still there. He's been there for 38 years.
Oh, you're kidding. Did he give you a little cauliflower ear back in the day?
He choked up a little bit. He was
Really?
he's great to see you do something with your life, and it was brilliant. Look, I loved going back there. And
Well done.
Did he give you encouragement when you were a kid?
Yeah,
Was he one of those who did? Or
he said I was always the last one when the bell rang at lunch. I'd be still shooting basketball hoops or kicking the ball, and as soon as I was in the class, I was okay. But I was always the last one to go in because I wanted to keep playing.
it's interesting with teachers because I think we've all had the teacher who saw something in us and encouraged us.
Yes.
Then we all had the teacher who said
You're a no-hoper.
who just didn't like you, did they? And they
Yeah. No matter what you did, you couldn't bond with them. Rowie, you are a D-head.
yeah.
Hey, the early years in Adelaide then, how did they prepare you and set you up to become the AFL star and the man you've become?
Oh, look, I mean, a lot of the clubs I played for, I mean, in Adelaide in particular, I started at Elizabeth Footy Club, had played 2 years there, was really learning the stuff there, and learned a lot of stuff at Salisbury North Footy Club, and a lot of AFL players. Gav Wanganeen's from there, the Bond Boys.
Yeah.
My brother Rick played at the Crows. So, I mean, a fantastic footy club, and, you know, grew up around the corner. It was just a brilliant place to be around. And then was lucky enough to get invited to Centrals. And I guess at Centrals, I was at that age where I was training once a week and heart wasn't fully in it.
Okay.
Had a bit of potential, I guess. And the coach, I think, you know, it's in the book. And I guess he was really, really blunt. And he really sort of put it on me a few times. And I guess he was frustrated more than anything. And I remember actually at half time against the Eagles. And he goes... It was a final, and he goes, Michael, I was playing Paul, and he goes, Michael O'Loughlin, you'll never play league footy in South Australia. And that was a really defining point in my life to go, well, I've got to pull the finger up here, and you know, it's just things have got to change. And
Some
you know,
guys would be they'd sort of accept that as their fate.
That's
I'm
right.
not going to. Others would say, well, I'll show you.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the next week I rocked up at training, the boys going, what are you doing here? And I said, I wouldn't have been here. The coach chewed your ear off.
Yeah.
But lucky enough, I did. Just so happened the Swans recruiting manager was sitting in that next game. But
Really?
I'll give the coach this much. He was right. I didn't play league footy in South Australia.
But you played the 300 for Sydney and one of the greats.
So he was right.
You should ring him up and say you were right, but
Look,
you were wrong.
but as I said, I learned a lot when I went to Sydney.
The book is called Mickey O, Determination, Hard Work, and a little bit of magic. Oh, probably a lot of magic. Michael O'Loughlin with Jim Main, one of the great sports journalists.
I was lucky enough to do this show, Who Do You Think You Are, and retrace the steps.
Yeah.
And you know, my father's side, our great grandfather and great grandmother are on the $50 note.
On the $50 note.
On the $50 note. I know you only carry hundreds, Cornsey, but it's
There you go. Ouch.
it's
don't have one.
it's on the $50 note, and you know, he married you know, he came from Czechoslovakia, the grandfather, and
So
married a
was he-
full-blooded Aboriginal.
So what was
woman.
he? What was he?
He was from Czechoslovakia.
But why is he on the note?
No, he married.
Okay.
He married the daughter of the guy on the note. So his name was Millerum,
Yeah.
and he's on the $50 note. Was one of the last Indigenous men in the Coorong, and really, you know, it was one of those really significant shows where I was able to find out a lot about my people and retrace the steps. And that's my father's side. And then you go to my mother's side, where, I mean, her story's unique as well. My great grandmother was Kudnatu, her name was, and she was the first person to marry a white man in South Australia, the first to own land in South Australia, and it was just a really great trip to do, and you know, sort of the bloodlines are running through the veins, and it was just really inspiring for me and my family.
And you were in Ireland, and someone knocked on the door and said, you got your cousin downstairs.
Got my cousin. I thought someone had flown from Adelaide, Salisbury, and it's a long way to fly to Ireland, and we're playing in the international rules, as you know. And it went from there, and I walked in, I couldn't see any black faces, and I saw this little Irish red-headed guy there, and proceeded to tell me, and it was great. I got a great response from the Irish, and Ty Kennelly and I are like brothers in Sydney, and the two Irishmen there, and look, it's just it's been an amazing journey.
Intriguing when you played your first game of league footy, and they normally give you a couple of tickets.
Yeah.
You asked for 80. You asked for 80 tickets. For your
Come on, Mickey.
It was it was my second year actually, and I'd missed out in the first year playing in Adelaide.
Uh-huh.
I made my debut against the Crows in Sydney, which we won. Right. And the next year, the first game was the Crows, and obviously I said, "Yep, absolutely, that's me." And I hit the recruiting manager, said, "I need some tickets this week," and I was a bit shy. And he goes, "Well, how much you need?" And he sort of flicked through and he grabbed 5 or 6. I said, I'll need 86.
I need 86. You've got your top 10 teammates. You got Lockett 1, Kelly 2, and your mate Goodsy in at 3. He could not be happy with that.
Nah, look, he's my little brother, so he goes where I tell him to go.
Really?
Absolutely. I pull rank there. Look, Plugger's the best player I've ever seen, and he's an idol as well, and same with Kel. And to watch Paul Kelly when he was in full flight and being indestructible, and just pure, the endurance, the speed, and the strength, he had it all, and he's highly rated, and Goodsy's not too fussed about being 3.
Could you say you were a mate of Tony Lockett's? Because you get the impression that he was.
He
didn't socialise much with his teammates.
No. He was one of the all-time great men in the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Loved the laugh, and I mean, a lot of people have got this perception of Plugger and him being in the out in the ground, and just don't talk to him. But he is an absolute ripper, and I had front row tickets, and we got there the same year, and he looked after me big time, and we've got plenty to thank Plugger for.
Mickey, it's all about family now, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
From your point of view, you got any little Mickey O's coming through?
Got 3 little ones.
The cutest little buttons.
Yeah, they're going well, and back in Sydney, so I've got to bring them to Adelaide to see their mob over here at some stage. They have been here, but it was funny. Took them to the community, and they go, "Dad, are all these people my cousin?" I said, "Yeah, pretty much." So it was interesting.
Mickey O's book. Hey, is there, and I've flicked through it and had a little bit of read. You know when you're at Subiaco Oval and you kick that goal and you got your face right into that big chubby boy's face? How bad was Subi? Because remember, I think it was Chris Scott made the comment, Subiaco's not the best ground for supporters. What did you think?
Well, look, I mean, Sydney and West Coast have had that rivalry for a long, long time, and I remember that particular night was a final, and we had obviously got up and did what I did, and the poor guy just
he absolutely backed himself.
Oh, he was harmless, and I just I got in the face, and but anyway, go in the rooms after, and they said we showered, about to go out, and I was the last one, I was icing, and the security guy goes, "I have to walk you out. It's a bit hostile out there." And I went, "What are you talking about?"
Oh.
And I said, "I've been there 100 times. Leave me alone. I'll be fine. Thanks anyway, mate." And he goes, "No, Mr. O'Loughlin, I'm going to."
Kidding.
So we go out, and I think, okay, there might be 3 people out here going to yell abuse or something. Get out, there's 200 people.
Oh.
They're throwing stuff at a little old lady saying I broke their heart and this shit. It was, but when you're an opposition team going to away and you're playing against, your back's against the wall, us against them mentality. It was fantastic, and that was interesting though, because we were getting called every name under the sun, and all you do is trying to duck the oranges and apples getting thrown at you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mate, you got to go. We'd love to have you
done.
more, but you got to go. You got to be at Elizabeth by 6. So thanks for coming. Congratulations on what you've done. Congratulations on your journey. It's not complete yet, I suspect. Still going to see a lot more of you. Mickey O, determination, hard work, and a little bit of magic. Michael O'Loughlin with Jim
What a
Mayne.
superstar.
All the best, Mickey.
Thanks,
Well done,
guys.
Mickey.
Thanks for having me.